What's up guys, welcome to the Chess Giant. This is Solomon Ordell, and in today's video we're going to be covering a troll opening for black against the move e4, in which case we're playing the absolutely terrible move and very strange looking move of knight a6. What on earth is black trying to do here? To be honest, I don't really know, but how do we play this position if you decide to mess around with a friend and play a move such as knight a6? Well, first off, if white takes our knight, I'm actually surprisingly okay with this. We're going to take back with the b pawn. We do have double isolated pawns on the a file. This pawn on a6 is going to be a weakness for the rest of the game, but at the same time, we do get some rapid development, including moves like bishop b7, attacking that pawn on e4, and here if white plays a move like knight c3, okay, let's continue with e6 and bishop b4. This is looking very similar to an Owen's defense type setup, the only difference being that we have double isolated pawns, and white no longer has a bishop to defend the pawn on e4. So here the queen has to get involved with a move like queen d3, and in this case we could play something like knight e7, and following castling kingside we have a bunch of different options here. A move like rook b8 never hurts. Castling kingside is a solid option, and even this move of f5, really trying to put some pressure in the center of the board, is quite a bit of fun, and here black with actually some pretty decent chances. So y'all, if white decides to take our knight on a6, we're simply going to capture back and continue naturally developing our pieces. Bishop b7, e6, if we see a move like knight c3, we can pin that knight on c3 with our dark squared bishop, continue to develop our pieces, and we're going to be more than okay. What happens if white continues here with a move like d4? This is probably what you're going to see most of the time. White going, look, I don't know what on earth you're trying to do with this knight move, but I'm simply going to take full control of the center of the board. Well, there's actually quite a few different things that we can do here. I personally like this move of c6. This actually transposes into the Philidor Defense. Really, it's a Caro-Kann, in which case we play this move knight a6. Again, white could take on a6 here, in which case we can simply capture back, or even play queen a5 check, followed by taking that minor piece. That's really up to you if you do see this move of bishop takes a6 following d4, whether we want to just take back right away or whether you want to play queen a5 and then capture back with the queen. Here, if we see a move like knight f3, refusing to take this knight but just continuing to develop, I personally like the setup of d6, just putting our pawns on the 6th rank, really trying to wipe out the 5th rank on the board, e5 all the way down to this b5 square. And here if white continues developing with something like knight c3, we can actually tuck this knight away to c7. This is why I like this c6 move so much. We can tuck our knight right behind it, and here black with a solid position with really no weaknesses to speak of. White does have an advantage in development, but at the same time we currently don't have any weaknesses for white to go after. Here if we see a move like bishop t3, okay, let's play g6, fee and shadow our bishop. If a move like h3, we can just continue with knight f6, and it's surprisingly hard for white to find a crushing idea here. White does have, again, an advantage in development, but beyond that, we don't really have any weaknesses to speak of. If white ever plays a move like e5, okay, we can simply capture back, and notice here we can now play knight fd5 because of this knight on c7 always defending that key square. Here black with a very playable game. So y'all, if we ever see a move like e5 in the game, we can simply capture back, and we're going to have full control of that d5 square, supported by our queen and our knight on c7. And here if we see a move like d5 at any point, okay, I mean we could take on d5, but I personally kind of like castling kingside. Whole idea being, look, our pawns on d6 and c6 are both very well defended by the pawns on e7 and b7. If white wants to spend all this time playing d5 and then capturing on c6, okay, we'll just capture back, and we have this entire 5th rank wiped out from e5 to b5 yet again. We're now going to continue with developmental chess. Ideas like e5 in the air followed by knight e6. A move like rook b8, as always, never hurts. And we're just playing chess with an even evaluation according to the computer. So y'all, we just covered this move of knight f6, in which case black's simply going to continue developing their pieces, and we're always going to be prepared for a move like e5 because we have full control of that d5 square. And if a move like d5 is ever played, okay, we'll just let that pawn sit there. We're then going to have control of the dark squares and continue developing our pieces. White can spend all that time taking on c6, but we're just going to capture back. Another idea here, if you're really trying to troll your opponent or your friend that you're hanging out with, is this move knight h6. Whole idea being that we can actually tuck this knight away on f7. We played c6 and tucked our knight on c7, and then we played f6 and tucked our knight on f7. Here, if a move like rook d1, we're simply going to castle kingside. And again, it's surprisingly hard for white to find a crushing idea here. In fact, white has about a +1 advantage, but it ends there. A move like bishop h6 would be nice to play in most positions and situations, but guys, we have a knight on f7, so this move simply isn't possible. These pawns on g6 and f6, all the way down to c6, are really wiping out yet again that 5th rank, and a surprisingly fun position to work with here from the black camp. Thanks for watching today's video. If you'd like to learn how to play the sodium attack, very similar, but with the white pieces, click that video to the left. If you'd like to learn how to play the wild bull defense against e4 with knight h6 instead of knight a6, click that video to the right. Leave a comment down below to let me know what other videos you'd like to see covered on this channel. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.